Aloha, and welcome to part 2 of Sonic 3 and Knuckles. We are now finishing up Angel Island because we got, halted by so many special stages. But we're finally at the boss. Of course you know who the boss is going to be, who is always going to be, who is the most baddest motherfucker on the planet. This whole section you just hold right because apparently Eggman's battleships don't know that if they just go ahead of you a little, which they can do since the ship is passing you, then they should drop the bombs. No, they're gonna drop bombs before they reach you because that seems like a much better idea, apparently. And there he is. Big bad Dr. Eggman. If you have the flame shield on, his attacks actually won't damage you, so that's what makes the first boss rather fucking easy. Assuming you have the flame shield anyway. What happened there was Tails hit Eggman before I could, so I sort of passed through him and ran into Eggman, and I should have hit him, but Tails got in my way. Fuck you, Tails! I hate having Tails as a backup partner! And you're gonna see in the rest of the footage of this game that he dicks me around way too many times. I hate having a fucking partner. Get away from me, Tails! But because the viewers want to see him in action, of course he has to be my partner. Speaking of dicks, fuck you, Knuckles! I do like that about Sonic 3 and Knuckles, though. Every time you go to a new level, there's a nice transition there. It's not like you just end up in this one place out of randomness, you know? It's like how in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, how one minute you're in a casino city, the next you're on a hilltop. You know, well, how'd I get there? Who fucking knows? But with Sonic 3 and Knuckles, they actually show a little animation of you going to the next level, which is kind of cool, you know? Hydro City, I will say this, I like this level. I know, it's a water level too, it's a water level, I know it's crazy, but I actually like this level. The moments when you are underwater are not unbearable. You can get a water shield like I did here to prevent me from drowning, and it's actually pretty fast and pretty awesome. I can't stress enough, I actually like this water level. Look at that badass stuff. I mean, I just got pushed up into the air by a giant burst of water. And here, Sonic is going to run on water! He is Jesus Christ, ladies and gentlemen. Sonic the Hedgehog is Jesus Christ. But it's a fantastic level. The water shield is also great because you see these blue robots that shoot the red balls? The red balls bounce off your water shield. I don't know why, but that's the way that's programmed, so haha! It's good to have a water shield in Hydro City. Of course, all of these shields are replacing the normal shield we saw in Sonic 1, 2, and CD. They will protect you from losing rings, so you can take a hit and the shield will go away, but, you know, you'll keep your rings, which is always swell. And there we go, another special stage, the 5th Chaos Emerald. This one actually kind of stumped me for a while when I first played it, because they don't show you like where the pathway is, you know? Like here it's obvious, there are white balls, so you know, hey, I'll jump over these and I'll find a new passageway. But when you're on the other side, all of a sudden the white balls are gone and you don't know which pathway gets you out. So you have to keep a real close eye on the red spheres that are surrounding that hallway. And if there aren't a second set of red spheres behind the first set that it's approaching the wall, then obviously you know to jump in that general direction. If you jump real well, you can jump over 2 spheres at once, but you should watch when you're jumping because, you know, you don't want to accidentally jump into a red sphere or a bumper that will knock you into a red sphere by accident. By the way, that victory jingle, oh, we're gonna hear that a lot in the Sonic series. Get used to it, ladies and gentlemen, because that became the de facto victory theme of Sonic the Hedgehog for all time. But I digress. This is the mid-boss. Every zone in this game has a mid-boss now, not just Dr. Eggman to battle. So every act itself, every act has a boss. Here is pretty simple. He goes left, he goes right, and then he goes in the middle trying to spin the water and move you around. It doesn't really matter because if you don't have the water shield, you can jump out of the water to get some air. and when he stops to swirl the water around, you just jump into him a few times, and it's pretty damn easy. What can I say? Another thing you'll notice is that each act has a different variation of the tune. Like, in the old Sonic games, it was always the same song in every act of every zone, you know? In Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the music is actually changed. For example, Hydro City Act 2, my personal favorite of the two acts, is a lot more fast-paced and a lot more energetic than the first act's music. It still sounds the same, it still sounds like the same piece of music we heard earlier, but now it's slightly different, you know, and I appreciate that. It's very awesome. Just like it was in Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the second player can control Tails if he wants, so if you have Tails following you, tell the second player to pick up the controller because he can move Tails around. And it's actually more beneficial in Sonic 3 and Knuckles than it was in Sonic 2, because in Sonic 3, Tails can fly this time. Like, he could fly in the second game, but only the computer could do it. This time, the player can fly as Tails, and I'm going to be showing that off in an extra video. But another cool thing is, like, when Tails flies, Sonic can jump into Tails, and Tails can carry Sonic to wherever the hell he wants to go. So this makes for actually a pretty fun co-op game, because you can tell your friend to fly as Tails, and be like, hey, friend, carry Sonic for me, carry Sonic up to that cliff, I want to find out if there's a special stage up there. And your friend will go, fuck you, and then he'll leave and go find something in the fridge. But you know. Not that I know from experience. God, I love how fast this game is. This game is so awesome. Again, it's my second favorite Sonic game next to the best video game ever made, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. These platforms you really have to watch out because you need to climb them to get to the top, but they're also moving in the direction of spikes, which can damage you, but they're also moving in the direction of walls, and if you're standing between those platforms and a wall, it's instant kill. It crushes you and kills you instantly because for some reason Sonic cannot survive crushing at all. If he's crushed, he's done. I know that music. Fuck you, Knuckles! What is it with Knuckles and pushing buttons? Why can't he fight me like a man? What is he, a pussy? Shut up! But I digress. This is Dr. Eggman yet again in his classic Eggmobile. He likes to swirl a giant whirlpool with his fans, and if you get into that whirlpool, you'll rush up to where his fan is and run into the blades, and it'll cut you, and that's no good. After he does the whirlpool move, he starts dropping bombs, and you can use the wave that the bomb creates to bounce off into the sky and land on Eggman. If you do it like me, right here, you can land on Eggman directly and just keep jumping on him, and it's pretty damn easy. Another thing I didn't mention is that when Sonic doesn't have a shield on, and he doesn't have 50 rings and the Chaos Emeralds, he can do a nice, like, outer attacks, sort of. Like when you jump and push the jump button again, this white wave surrounds Sonic, and it's great for taking out Eggman because it gives you extra reach. It gives you extra reach to hit Eggman if he's too high up, you know? So you can hit Eggman from the bottom, even though if he's surrounded by some kind of machinery. And it makes fighting Eggman pretty much a joke, really. Not that I'm complaining, mind you, but that's a great tip. Just jumping on Eggman, it helps, but if you really want to murder Eggman and make him look like your bitch, the jump button, use it in the air, my friends, use it in the air. And this is the lightning shield. This gives you a double jump, and it attracts rings to you, and that's fucking awesome. The lightning shield will actually return a lot in Sonic games, whereas the fire and bubble shield did not for some reason. I guess it's because of the attracting ring quality that I guess Sega liked, and they wanted to bring it back more and more and more. I just like it for the double jump. A warning, if you're Tails, you don't get to double jump with the lightning shield, you don't get to zoom forward with the flame shield, and you don't get to bounce with the water shield. Tails uses the jump button to fly. and you also use the jump button to do the double jumps and the flame boost and all that stuff. So, for whatever reason, Tails can only fly, and he can't use any of those shield abilities. And the same goes for Knuckles, because he glides and climb walls. We're going to be seeing that later in the Knuckles playthrough, but you know. Sonic is the only one who gets to use the full potential of these shields. And, you know. That's why I prefer playing as him over the other characters, honestly. Sure, Sonic can't fly, he can't climb walls, but goddamn is he a force to be reckoned with. When he's not running into spikes. Which reminds me, some of these spikes in the Marble Garden Zone are fake. Some of them are Eggman's robots who, for whatever reason, have fake rubber spikes on top of them to trick you, and they'll pop out and shoot lasers at you. Anyway, folks, if you want to find another special stage, when we get to this point, head to the rotating platform and go left. I'll see you in Part 3!